Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I apologize for unexpected small delay. Explained suddenly pushed the update 131 on Steam, so I kinda had to update and to check out if everything is working, which actually is I'm still not sure of because of the hold on. Because basically I just started 11:31 with everything updated, but generally I don't believe that it should break too many things. The only issue I heard of was with the Logitech X56 HOTAS joystick, and my joystick is old enough to be more than stable in this situation. So today we are gonna test out our new updates with ActiveSky XP beta update. They just released their Service Pack 1 for ActiveSky XP. It features quite a lot of new features. Most of them are bug fixes. I'd say the most important is the fix for the turbulence with the heavy jets and other heavy airplanes, which we're gonna test out today. We are gonna cross at least two zones of medium turbulence. First one above Texas, and another one in the territory of Minneapolis Center. And we're gonna take a quick look at Zibo 333, which has features mostly related to precipitation depiction on the windshield, and with some little updates with the EFB. Okay, let's get to our cockpit and take a look at the AFB. As you can see, the icons were updated a little with this glowing effect, which I actually like. Generally, I already customized the option, and I didn't find any actual changes. So the options seem to be generally the same. Avatar is absolutely the same, and well, basically everything is what it was. So let's open our doors. Aft service door, cargo doors. We are flying a Delta connection flight, but since I wanted to test out the Zibo, we will fly a Delta connection flight, Endeavour Air, with the actual Delta plane. This is actually default Zibo livery, Delta SkyTeam livery. I really like it, although the normal Delta livery is pretty nice too. Anyway, let's connect the GPU and get ready for the flight. Ground services, GPU connect. We have our passenger loading on the plane. Testing, testing. If anyone, everyone who is watching, can you confirm that you can hear me? Okay, yeah, never mind. It was one of my viewers reporting, and it was on her end. Don't worry about it. So the flight attendant reported that our passengers are on board. Let's close the door and begin our pre-flight. Okay. Battery on. And the bar already closed. The landing gear lever down. Flaps up. Holders up. Alternate flaps closed. Everything else as it should be. Okay, safety check done. Let's set our parking brakes. Why did it do that? Okay, that was stupid. Anyway. Hey 757 Spy, thank you for the host. Welcome everyone who may be watching 757 Spy right now. Really glad to see you on stream. Okay, I'm not sure why the gate already left our plane, but since the passengers are on board, I think we can close the doors now, so it's not really an issue. And let's do our preliminary pre-flight. IRS is at nav. Okay. Ground power on. Okay, they are aligning. Crew oxygen more than enough. Mac airspeed doesn't work for some reason. Stall warning works. EEC on. And time for CDU. FMS. Navigation data. Why does it say 1901? It should say 1902. I actually just updated the nav data, so shouldn't be any problem. This is interesting. Anyway, initialize position. Kilo Sierra Tango Alpha. Wait, sorry. Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango, because it's San Antonio, Texas. Gate Alpha 2. Delta Gate. Delta Gate Alpha 2. Yep. Delta or Alpha. And IRS position is set. Actually, I completely forgot to set the fuel and balance. I mean weight and balance, and fuel payload and balance. That's how it is. So let's load our plane. 173. Our zero fuel weight is gonna be 1. Okay, let me load to 0. Our zero fuel weight is gonna be 132 thousandths. 132,100 pounds minus 91.3. Our payload is gonna be 40,800 pounds. Our fuel for the flight is gonna be 24,000 pounds, mostly for the the minimum fuel for the flight is 22,000, and we are gonna load some additional just to be safe. And let's shift our center of gravity for the sake of realism. With the payload of 172 passengers, the approximate center of gravity is going to be shifted to approximately 30.4%. Okay, our plane is loaded, our passengers are on board, our IRSs are aligning, and we need to continue, and we need to finish filling up our route. Okay. Destination Kilo Mike Sierra Papa Minneapolis St. Paul. Our takeoff runway is gonna be 13 right. Our flight number is actually, let's connect to Watson first. So our profiled flight doesn't expire. Endeavor 5265 7 Delta. Cool. We are gonna depart via seat Alamo 2. We transition to Jumbo, then it's gonna be okay. Hold on a second, guys. Gonna shut my phone up. Jumbo, direct to Juliet Echo November, CVR, Mike Charlie India, Romeo Oscar Triple K, Romeo Oscar triple K. Our arrival is gonna be from Nizza. Nizza 3 star with transition at rock. And our approach is gonna be most likely... Actually, let's do it afterwards. Because, you know, anything can change anytime. Flight number Endeavour 5265. Let's see how late we're gonna be compared to our real life counterpart. This looks okay. Activate, execute. And let's check our route at the flight plan page. Next. Step, 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 step. Everything looks nice. Let's continue. Map. Performance initialization. Reserve fuel. Our reserve fuel is gonna be... FMS reserve fuel. Actually, Delta adds that to your flight plan. Our FMS reserve fuel is 6.9, 6,900 pounds. Our cost index for the flight is cost index. This is a Delta flight plan, and can't find cost index. Maybe somewhere here. First, let me wait. Oh, cost index 58. Guess because it's a low cost airline. Anyway, our cruise flight level is gonna be 350. Our cruise wind is gonna be our cruise winds are gonna be... Why do they make it this complex? I honestly like the Lido flight plan format much better, but well, I'm doing that for the sake of realism. Cruise winds are gonna be 280 by 42. Top of climb outside air temperature is gonna be exactly international standard. Atmosphere plus 0. Okay, that's unusual. Execute, and one limit. We are not gonna do any duration, durate, because well, we are almost full for this flight. But our outside air temperature is 70 degrees Celsius. 70 degrees Celsius. Wait. No. It doesn't go there. 70. let's get our takeoff numbers. Flaps are gonna be 5. Or actually, let's take off with flaps 10. Maybe 15. Oh, that actually looks nice. Runway wind. We are gonna use Active Sky New 80s to pick it up. Let's hear it.
Kilo, Sierra, Alpha, Tango, airport information, Romeo, 1751, Zulu, weather, wind, 106 at 5, visibility, 10, sky condition, ceiling, 800, overcast, temperature, 17, dew point, 14, altimeter, 3015, advise on initial contact, you have information, Romeo.
That's a nice long pause.
Kilo, Sierra, Alpha, Tango, airport information, Romeo.
And at least they're using the same voice now, so it's hopefully not gonna be with those abrupt voice changes that it was before. Okay, we have it set up. The runway is dry. Center of gravity is gonna be 27, 9, and this is gonna be our performance takeoff numbers. Okay, let's do our flight announcement. Dear passengers, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of Delta Airlines, I welcome you on board this ship Boeing 737-800. We are doing our flight to Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. Estimated flight time is going to be 2 hours 55 minutes. We are right now waiting for our clearance, so please stay in your seats and check your seat belts. In the meantime, our flight attendants are gonna update you on our flight attendants are gonna show you how to be safe on this plane, so I suggest you to follow their instructions. In the meantime, when we will level off after our takeoff, I'm gonna get back to you with the en route update. Thank you for choosing Delta. Okay, let's do our pre-flight. Yaw damper on. Navigation and displays transfers normal and auto. Fuel pumps. Enable aft pump. Enable aft left pump to have our APU is enabled. Before starting the APU, let's perform our fire test. Okay. Everything seems good. Our extinguisher circuits working as intended. So we can start up our APU. Emergency engine lights armed. System belt on. APU is running up. Window heat on. Hydraulic pumps as they should be. Trims on. Temperatures right. Circulations fans auto. Packs high, APU bleed on. Flight altitude is gonna be 35,000. Steady lights. APU is online. Minneapolis landing altitude is good elevation. Almost as San Antonio. 842. 85. Lights too early for them. Everything else is correct. Time is pressure set. Meters not required. Set 24-hour range. San Antonio Alamo 2 seed is gonna be it's gonna use both of the VORs, so we're gonna keep them on. Here, let's just keep it that way. We will turn on the weather radar after takeoff. I mean before takeoff. Flight directors on. The throttle arm. V2 on the indicator speed field 147. Heading is gonna be our initial heading is gonna be heading for radar vectors to set VOR. This is interesting. Doesn't make much sense, but okay. I think we will take off with the runway heading. Oh, no, that actually makes sense. 128. No, it still doesn't make sense because we are taking off southbound. Anyway, runway heading looks reasonable for this. Initial climb altitude 500 for the star. What's gonna be our first leg? San Antonio. Enough. Heading. Because we're not sure what it's gonna be. And if ATC will go online, they will most likely vector us. Okay, let's continue. Let's test our lights, if everything good. I don't see anything wrong. Everything is lit up. This plane's lit. Back to the day mode. Fuel flow reset. Bugs at auto. Auto brakes rejected takeoff. Okay, we don't need our panel lighting here, at least for now. And 2.8 cargo fire test. Good. Radios. For Alamo 2 departure, this is gonna be San Antonio 116.8. With initial heading with initial heading to Henley, which is gonna be radial 358. I mean 359. And our next waypoint is gonna be Jumbo, which doesn't really have any VR or something like that reference. Oh no, actually it does. It's Gooch Springs 112.5. 112.5. 112.5, and the course is gonna be, the reference course is gonna be 350. Okay, that looks good. Okay, with the radar, no options here. Transponder TARA, aileron rudder trim 0, aileron trim 0, and let's go through our pre-flight checklist. Give me a second here. Should have opened it earlier. Normal checklist. Pre-flight oxygen. Oh, yes. Hold on. Everything looks good. Tested, and 100% of the quantity. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal and auto. Okay, brake pressure good. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector auto. Flight instruments. Heading and altimeter correct. Parking brake set, and engine start levers cut off. I think we can now disconnect our GPU. Chokes are already removed. And plan our pushback. Nope, that's not how you do it.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Yep. Come here.
Round to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And what's it gonna be now? Let's get ready to start our engines. Fuel pumps on. It's on. Probe heats on. Okay, everything else is correct. Anti-collision light on. Everything else is shooted as it should be. KSAT traffic. Taxi to runway 13. Okay, thank you guys. Get ready. Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel correct and pumps on. Passenger signs on.
So connected and bypass pin inserted.
Windows locked. Hold on guys, hold on. Passenger size windows locked. MCP V2 set, heading set, altitude set. Takeoff speeds confirmed. CDO pre-flight completed. Adrenaline trim 3 and 0. Just checked. Taxi and takeoff breathing completed and anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete. Okay, here goes. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Since it's the 1st of February, let's start engine 1 first and use our left ignition system. Starting engine 1. Wait. I forgot to turn off the packs. Now it's good. 18, 20, 21, 23, opening up. I forgot to close the packs like a second time while doing this. This is bad. I'm losing my grip. Okay, starting engine 2. Max off. 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Fuel is in. EGT is rising. Okay. Brakes pressure is good.
Operations complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, what's gonna be next? Our flight attendants are doing the passenger the safety briefing, as you can hear on the background, and this is good for us. So let's just do our taxi. Engines are stabilized. Switching to generators.
So is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
The generators give us enough power. Power everywhere seems to be alright. And signal on the left. Switch to systems display. Nice, thank you. And let's start our elapsed time stopwatch. Okay. Before taxi checklist. Generators on. Actually, let's reopen the packs and packs auto, isolation valve auto, lid off, APU off. Before taxi checklists, generators are on and give us power. You will mass TR28. I'm sorry, I have no idea what you just said. If you can give me the English translation, or well, at the very least Russian, I will appreciate it. Anyway, well, one way or another, welcome to the stream. Anyway, let's do our before taxi checklist again. Generators are on and giving us power. Probe heat on. Isolation valve auto in the middle. Recall checked, nothing. Auto brake RTO. Engine start levers idle to 10. Flight controls. Looks good. And ground equipment is clear. We were just given the hand signal. So let's roll for our takeoff. 5, 10, 15. And our trim is gonna be 3.1. 3.1. Okay, we already announced our intentions here. Let's roll. Oh, this is interesting. According to Google Translate, this guy said, "You don't know anything, but you're." Not sure what's your point, but okay. Which runway are we gonna... Okay. We are gonna turn on taxiway golf. I think I forgot to turn off the taxi light. Yes, I did. Hi Rus, Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot, welcome to my stream. We are taxiing for takeoff from runway 13 right in San Antonio. Right now we are about 40 minutes behind our real counterpart. But, well, considering we are now testing out three quite a big updates, I think this is a pretty good number. Also, interestingly, I have now a bit more RAM than I had before. I was using 12 gigabytes of RAM on my previous flights, including the ones I streamed, and now I have 24 gigabytes. Yeah, absolutely, Rose. I mean, on the other hand, we have a pressurized warm cabin and cockpit here, so honestly, I don't really envy the passengers. Hope they will be fast to get on the shuttle bus or on the or to their rental car, because this is gonna be really cold. Actually, weirdly, in the weather in the United States is like a pendulum with the weather in Russia, because when it was something around -5, -10 in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest, it was really cold in Moscow, somewhere out -17, sometimes down to -10. Right now it's almost 0 to +2 in Moscow, and it's this cold front down to -24 in Minnesota and New York, and well, basically everywhere else. So I guess it might somehow be linked. One way or another, we are already holding short of 13 right. Let's get ready for the takeoff. Landing lights on. Position lights, strobes on. Packs are on. Reject takeoff. Flaps 15 and takeoff trim set. Yes. Yes, Zulu 9er, I am using real weather with the Active Sky XP, Active Sky XP Service Pack 1. This is a test version that has that should have improved turbulence for the big planes like 737-800. So we might get into some. No, Active Sky XP. Okay, config checked, flaps 15 green light, tab trim set, takeoff briefing reviewed, cabin secure. Oh, actually, flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Cabin secure, MCP set. Transponder TARA set. Strobe lights are on and landing lights are on. We're good. KSAT traffic. Take off 13 right, north, departure, KSAT. Well, I'll be honest with you, Zulu 9er. For me, Active Sky XP worked almost perfectly even before the Service Pack 1. I wouldn't say I had this reported your problems, or reported your vibration problems or low turbulence, because I had quite severe turbulence even on Zibo 738. So if it's gonna be even better now, then I'm really glad it will. Actually, let me check something real quick. I hope I didn't forget. Yes, experimental flight model enabled. No one is landing on our hand. Okay, we are lined up. Thrust 45. Everything is in green. Takeoff go around mode. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's live. Cross-checked.
D1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive brake.
Gear up. Flaps 5 set. Let's hand fly her for a minute. 400. Welcome to the clouds.
1000.
1000 above ground. And let's turn on our autopilot and flaps 1. Legs. Direct San Antonio. And LNAV mode. And since the ATC still isn't here, let's clear ourselves to our cruise altitude. Oh, flaps up. Completely forgot about that. Oh. This is what happens when you use the scroll wheel. Привет, Митрнич. Да, в ATSIM бывает и так. На самом деле, по большей части именно так. Just keep in mind that the main language of the stream is English, so you might want to use it to just be in touch with the other. Okay, Меттерних. Я запомню. Okay, let's read our after takeoff checklist. Air conditioner and pressurization. Everything, okay, bleeds on, packs auto, everything is auto and enabled. Engine start switches auto, correct. Landing gear up and off, auto brake off, flaps up, no lights, nothing here either, and altimeters. This is our takeoff pressure. Oh, thank you, Zonana. Really appreciate that. Okay, we're climbing through 10,000. Actually, quite a fast climb for a heavily loaded plane. Wait, what was it? Nope. Legs. Progress. Accelerating already. Close the landing lights. Doesn't really need lower light. I really like the active sky clouds. There is not like really much of them because they generate only 3 layers, but for what it can, it does a really good job. Yeah, actually, there was this problem with reloads, but they said they addressed the reloads problem, or somehow smoothened the cloud reloads with the Service Pack 1. So we're gonna see how it's gonna change. Whoa. Whoa. That was a noticeable chop. Okay, and we forgot to turn on our weather radar. Let's switch to our cruise. To our cruise range, usually use. It's 80 nautical miles. Whoa. Yes, it is turbulence. It was reported in the SIGMAT. Actually, let's take a look at it. After crossing our transition altitude. Any higher feet, switched. Okay. Agile, Texas. Let's see, where is it? Thanks. Oh, I see. It's quite to the south of San Antonio. We actually might be passing you on in our climb. Okay, that was interesting. Wait, what just happened? Metternich, I didn't see any announcements. Okay, this is Bianco, Texas. I believe we're still somewhere around, oh, yeah, passing Austin. Let's see. Child. Okay. Metternich, if you will actually if you will actually post some announcements, I will eventually join you. I mean, the majority of my audience is actually in the United States, but I think Russian A2C and just flying over Russia might be interesting to everyone. Nozo Niner, I almost never fly in Russia, mostly because I'm really unfamiliar with the laws and with the regulations. And I do a lot of VFR flying, which is I'd say it's not really VFR in Russia. I'd say it's more like IFR with IFR with visual references navigation. That's what VFR in Russia is like. Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. I mean, Metternich could maybe tell you more, but I'd say that flying in Russia is somewhat over-regulated. The airspace basically belongs to the military, and they try to just keep everyone out of it. Okay, so what I was about to see. Oh, actually, I think Active Sky can do that. Okay, here's Active Sky. Here's the map. Warnings, look to aircraft. Armed Tango is armed for turbulence. Between flight levels 180 and 370. Yeah, this is exactly the turbulence you are seeing right now. No, I don't fly for any virtual airline right now. I'm not sure about. I mean, I was participating in creating one, and I wasn't, and I was thinking about joining one. But I'd say that virtual airlines, flying for them is a bit like it turns into work at some point, because basically when your hobby turns into your work, at some time you will burn out, and the more of the work the hobbies, the more it burns you out. I was flying for a virtual airline somewhere around when I started flight simming. Sky Airlines, a pretty small airline with really light requirements, and honestly, even with this little of the requirements, I would not join any virtual airline again. Actually, for about a year, I was playing Elite Dangerous with a big group of players, with a power play team for what is she called? What's her name? For Felicia Winters, one of the power play characters, and I love Elite Dangerous. This is an amazing game. It has basically everything, and everything you can imagine. But when it turns into work, basically after a year, I just burnt out, and I dropped it. And it passed more than half a year now after I dropped Elite Dangerous, and I still can't even look at it, because basically it was too many. Anyway, the turbulence has lightened out, or actually almost disappeared. I think we can let the kettle loose. And now let's continue our cruise. Zulu Niner, if you know what I'm talking about, I played Ingress. I played Ingress, which is the augmented reality game for mobile phones, actually really good. And this is when the game turns into job in real life. 1,000 to go, yeah. PF, what's PF, Metronik? Yeah, it's definitely not enjoyable. And leveling off. Project Fly. Actually, Project Fly have creating the airline system and other stuff in their roadmap. I'm not sure when or how they're gonna implement it, but at least they already implemented the aircraft sharing, the contract flying. Metronik, actually, I could recommend you try FS Economy. This is where you can basically fly without any airline. Nice. Turbulence again. They're still in beta. Who are still in beta? FS Economy or Project Fly? Because FS Economy, it was out of beta for maybe 10 years now, so it's really old. Wow, that's some real turbulence. Waco, Texas. Oh, come on. Ah, yeah, that's true. Although I'd say that the development, yes, it is very old. It is very old. I mean, when I started flight simming, I was still in school, and FS Economy already was considered quite a huge thing. Whoa, that's a rough turbulence. Metronych, Friday is now. Not sure what are you talking about. What Friday? Oh, come on. Now this is rough. Okay, let's do our announcement for now. Oh, okay, I got you, Metronych. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to join, but actually let me take a look. Work on Saturday, then on Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be working on the next Friday. I'm gonna be working from well, this is gonna be actually 24-hour shift, and it's gonna start on the Friday morning and end on Saturday morning, so definitely not gonna be able to join you. Oh, actually visit. Nice. Good luck. Good luck with the tower endorsement. Okay. Huh. Not sure where's the PA button. Oh. Anyway, dear passengers, we just leveled off at our cruise flight level, which is 35,000 feet. The outside temperature is minus 55 degrees of Celsius. Our flight time expectations didn't change. This is gonna take around 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. Right now we are going through the zone of medium turbulence, so please remain seated and keep your seatbelts fastened for now. I will turn off the seatbelt sign after we will pass it. In the meantime, enjoy the flight, and I hope you will and ask our flight attendants for anything that you need. Minus 55. I honestly just love the horizon depiction that Active Sky does. And it actually does a really great job on the visibility. Not to mention the new 330 1130 contrails. This is just gorgeous. Don't try to tell me. Okay, our next waypoint is Jen. Which is Glen Rose VOR 115.0. 115.0. All right. Memphis Central just went online. Sadly, we are not crossing their area in any way. So no ATC interactions for us yet. Although, since it's a daytime right now in the Eastern US, and we will finish around the evening, we might catch someone actually. Actually, let's take a look at our 331 release note, 1131 release notes. Explain. Explain. 1131 release notes. Here they are. Yes, Niner. Actually, about this update, it happened just before I was about to stream. I set up everything. Yeah, thank you for the link. I set up everything for the stream, and just as I launched the explain to make the stream, to begin the stream, the Steam suddenly said that it's gonna update it, and without asking any questions or anything like that. So basically I was forced to update almost exactly before the stream, which caught me off guard, and honestly I was even thinking about cancelling, because I wasn't sure that it's gonna work at all. But then I thought that we are gonna test some stuff anyway, so why not? Okay, since the turbulence is good, and actually we don't have the seatbelt sign anyway, so it's all good. Release candidate. Fixes for network and external visuals. Well, updates themselves don't really scare me, because they don't exactly scare me, because updates are actually an essential part of software life cycle, and basically it extends it and allows the software to become better and better each time the developers actually pay attention to it. But I guess it's inevitable that they sometimes break stuff, and one thing that if you are gonna do it for the personal use or for like small things. And another thing, when it happens almost before the live stream, when there are gonna be viewers, and basically it's gonna break immersions if it will. If it will break something, it will break it not only for you, but for all of your viewers too. But so far I actually don't notice any actual changes or problems, so knock on the wood, hopefully it won't bother us. Text lines do not eliminate night scenery. Fix the GPU HDR compile. More custom scenery. Oh, wide files from your installs. Fixed wide PFDs on 737. Series CG fix. Fault line lights to eliminate the comfort at night in VR. Fixed flashlight in HD plus VR. In HDR plus VR. Added some gain. Added some gain to bike louder. Fix livery. Nice VPN again. Why? Fix for crash and autopilot code. Hit blur misaligned some multi-monitor different sizes. 2D panels. Viewpoint setup fixed. Fixed parent hit blur. Let's take it published. Yeah, both laminar and actually actually Hi-Fi Simulations, the creators of Active Sky. They really do a great job. They listen to the customers. They don't release stuff until they're sure that it's working at least as they intended it to. In contrast to X and Y, who like to make a lot of promises, but what they deliver, like, actually rarely satisfy the flight simmers, and we are let's say, oh, what just happened? Yes, we are a picky bunch. Oh god, that was a hard reload. FSX or prepared? Because FSX is essentially isn't developed anymore. Rostov Platov to Sochi? Isn't it like a 20-minute flight? Because Rostov and Sochi, they're like I don't know, 200 clicks apart or something. I'm not sure about this Zone 9, but I wasn't well, I wasn't really using Explain back then, but I do flight simming from somewhere around let's see, maybe 2004, maybe 2005, and almost until 2010 I was using almost exclusively FS9 or FS 2004, mostly because there was more stuff, and partially because it was easier to part stuff for FS9, and I switched to FS10 maybe even in 2015. I was actually really impressed by both PMDG both by PMDG 73X and by A2A Skyline. AccuSim Skyline is actually still kind of my AccuSim Skyline. I'd say this is still my favorite GA plane of them all. Even actually Cessna Skyline is my favorite GA plane ever, and AccuSim is the best depiction of this plane ever. the only comparable thing we have for X-plane is Centurion Cessna 210 with the REP from Simcoders, and I'd say it's well, it's amazing, but it's not Skyline. Yeah, okay, back to the topic. I switched to FSX only around 2015, and then I was contemplating going to Prepared. I even tried it out, let's say, with a free version that I was about to eventually purchase. And then the P3D, I think update 3.4 came out, and I think I was so disappointed that I just immediately said no thank you and went explain route. And since then I never regretted switching to explain, because it's much cheaper to maintain, it looks much better in default, its technologies maybe not 2019 but at least 2017, and let's be honest here, Prepared barely entered 2011 with version 4 that went 64-bit. And honestly, Explain community is much more friendly and much more forgiving and generally much nicer people. So I'm now in the Explain team. Okay. Thank you, Zulnana. Appreciate that. Stick around and I promise you will see more. I like to fly in unusual places with usual planes and take them into, let's say, rough situations, so I can promise you this is gonna be interesting. Interesting thing actually. Project Fly says that the progress bar available as a streaming tool only for the paid subscribers, and I'm using the free account, the blue account, and it still shows the progress bar on top. So notice payware as they say it is. In the meantime, we have less than 1,000 pounds in our central tank. Let's turn it off and switch to our main fuel tanks. Oh, well, actually to our wing fuel tanks, because because there are no main or auxiliary tanks in 738 737-800. Yeah, Zone 9R, they that's the thing. They said that everything in beta is available. That everything in beta is available except the streaming tools. What with the free account? Are you sure about that? I thought the bot was actually explicitly for the paid accounts. Okay, give me a second. Choose the bitrate drop. And you are using the free account, so no, right? Oh, oh, this is interesting. Oh my goodness. Uh-huh. I see. No, I literally can't see anything. Not sure why. Are those clouds or low visibility or what is that? No, Zone, and I don't have the bot here yet. Oh, oh. Project Fly just crashed. I mean, sorry, Active Sky just crashed. This is actually expected, so let's send the error report and restart it. Yeah, Metternich, thank you for the invitation. I will try to jump in. Active Sky XP, restarting. Yes, disconnect. Reconnecting. Flight plan. So almost everything in Active Sky seemingly works as it should, except that it crashes sometimes. Cruise altitude 3500, departure. Don't worry, Zone 9. That was somewhat expected, so. It's not that bad. KSAT. Sparse hour. Pipeline string. KSAT. K. Minneapolis St. Paul. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's a good way to describe it. And our alternate airport is DSM, KDSM. KDSM. Okay. Okay, Mitronik.
Kilo Alpha Delta Hotel Airport information.
Interestingly, the Active Sky Flight Watch and Active Sky current weather seemingly, well, audio similarly works even with
abbreviated briefing from your current position to Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango to Kilo Mike Sierra Pop.
yeah, it now works even with even after starting up Active Sky after starting up the sim, because before if you would start Active Sky after starting the X-plane, it would for some reason not find the audio devices. But I see they changed that. .55 is gonna be our top of descent. 155 Zulu. So about an hour, or maybe a little more, since the wind is a little headwind. In Rostov airspace, special procedure, northbound and southbound flight levels. Odd and even in feet, or the RVSM feet, or in meters. Okay, somewhere around Kansas City VOR, we're gonna enter another zone of turbulence, which is gonna be at approximately our flight level from 240 to 390. Okay. This is a little worrying, but shouldn't be too bad. Well, I'd say that if that fits in fits in a reservation, basically an emergency measure, because it was starting to be almost dangerous to stay with the meters, and the airspace would be and the airspace and the flight density wasn't actually handling the metric separation. So yeah, QNH is much more handy, especially for the areas with a lot of airports at the same small area. With a serious density, keeping in mind all those QFEs, I can imagine the nuances of that. And so far Active Sky works pretty nicely, except while it crashed once. In St. Petersburg it's QNH. Are they testing it out, or are they or did they switch like already for some reasons, like a lot of flights to Finland or something like that? Because if it's the test for the whole country to switch to QNH, it honestly would be great. Huh. Low amounts of traffic, and that's the reason they switched to QNH in St. Petersburg. I'd say that it would make more sense to switch to test it out in some more dense area to basically help out with the high density. But okay, if I mean, I can see why, for the testing purposes, they could be doing that. Honestly, if the Russian government, I don't think that the current one would make it, but if the next or even the current government will finally let the aviation loose, I think that Russia will have a quite a huge boost of the it will have a huge boost in the economic development, because Russia is in a dire need of a general aviation. There are a lot of places where you can literally get to only by plane. I mean, the United States somewhat similar to Russia in that sense, with a huge territory that has a lot of really hard accessible places. But if you will look at the charts, you will notice that in the US, basically every little town has a small airport. Every single little town. And most of them have planes based on those airports. It's usually small private pilots that, I'm still not sure how the air taxi works, but air taxi is quite a big thing in the US. Actually, in the US, a huge thing is the commuter airlines and air commute, when you basically get to work every day and get home by the airplane. So I think this is something that would really help Russia in the rural areas, but not now. Yep, Mejernik, this is the perfect way to put it. Until the dinosaurs in the government are gone, nothing will change. I'm sorry for getting a little political right there. I know that not a lot of people like politic talks, but there's something I actually learned in my life. Politics isn't a part of life. Politics is life. Politics is the management of your life, and it's basically everywhere. And if you will talk any topic that affects more than a few people, this is gonna get political. So this is something that you either avoid completely or embrace. I chose the latter. MCI, let's punch the next viewer in. Kansas City 113.25. One 3.25. Here's our needle. We are on the correct course to Kansas City. Everything looks good. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you for a few minutes. I will be back soon with you. Stay tuned. Hi team, I'm back. Looks like active sky didn't crash again. Knock on the wood. Armored Zulu. Okay. Angle. Let's see. Seems we can expect both icing and turbulence on approach. So this is gonna get quite interesting, and we'll definitely put our active sky to the test. Common altitude about 7,500. Yeah, Metternich, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be interesting for someone. This is partially the reason I'm gonna stream my flights in Russia too, because this is gonna be a whole new experience. But I'm most likely gonna use the English phraseology. Yeah, well, trying to use the Russian phraseology is gonna be like I'm just gonna have no idea what to say. This is like 100%. Because I honestly tried to study the phraseology handbook and the actual what is it? The FAR 395, I think, or 365, the one that regulates the phraseology, and I don't know. Just doesn't sound right for me. And what do they mean as предполетная? I mean, it literally translated as pre-flight, but what? Like, what is it for? Because definitely doesn't sound like an alpha clearance request. Although I'm honestly ready to expect anything. Oh, some blacks are still here. Oh, and small turbulence. This is Kansas City. And it's gonna be Des Moines, and then it's gonna be Minneapolis. Des Moines is our alternate airport. So if anything happens, we are going to divert there. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Let's take a look. Expect weather conditions. 13 knots, fewer, overcast at 300. Basically cold Kavak. And just -7. Not bad. Not bad. And active sky just crashed again. Let's send error report and just restart it as before. So yeah, I'd say this is the perfect way to put the current active sky state. It works perfectly when until it doesn't. Yes. Disconnect. Okay, flight plan. Three, 5 thousand. Where's the stream? KSAT. KMSP. KDSM. Refresh. Looking good. So far I like the new turbulence in active sky. Feels actually quite real, but I don't like the crashes. And I don't like this little something on our TCAS. Let's see, what is that? I mean, don't like would be a big word for it, but nope. Don't seem to be here. It was some noticeable lag. I have no idea what is it. Okay. Oh, it's a radio check. What we have here? Our top of descent new calculated time is 21:01 Zulu, which is just definitely past our although actually what was our planned time of arrival? (21:02). This is gonna be our top descent. Yeah. Seems we're gonna be about half an hour late. It's not huge, but really noticeable. Вылет согласно плану. This is actually exactly what is called clearance delivery in English phraseology. This is exactly what is called IFR clearance. No, not clearance delivery. Clearance delivery is it's a frequency. Okay, it's kinda sad that this that Fort Worth Center that we just passed, it just went online. But there is a slight hope that Minneapolis will go online when we will enter the airspace. Actually, Moscow. Oh no, it's not Moscow. It's Minsk. Minsk control is online. Actually, Minsk seemed to be full staffed. What traditional phrase in SPB? Полет в аэродром назначения разрешаю. Oh my goodness. Actually, I honestly thought that Russia was the only country with with a specific phraseology in the country's native language. Turns out that Russia is actually a lot of countries have native language ATC phraseology. So Japan with the usage of English almost everywhere is kind of unique with that. Spain most definitely use Spain most definitely uses its own phraseology. Italy, Portugal, what else? I'm not sure about France, but Brazil uses Portugal language phraseology. Cuban ATC uses Spanish phraseology. So it's actually quite something that you might encounter quite often. Well, what did you remember? This is the literal copy of the phrase clear to destination airport. So far I didn't see any huge cloud reloads. Maybe only one during the whole flight, and I'd say compared to what we had before, that's a great progress. So this looks somewhat like a cumulonimbus. I'm actually not sure. Okay. Yeah, they definitely tried to copy the English ICAO phraseology, but let's say it sounds a bit weird. Okay, this is honestly something I don't really understand. Why выталкивание? Why literal translation of pushback? Why not just use буксировка? The towing, because it honestly just sounds weird. предварительный and исполнительный, I'm just gonna let it be because it doesn't make any sense for me either. Yeah, I know that they I know that they distinguish those, but I'm honestly just not sure why. Because as long as I remember, at least in at least in early 2000s, it was considered the same thing, and pushback and pull. So why did they start to distinguish this? I'm honestly not sure. Okay, let's take a look at our approach charts. Info gates. See where Delta parks in Minneapolis. Wait, I thought предварительный is hold short, and also no one uses lineup right now. It's a position and hold. On. I need to recheck this. Oh no, sorry. No. Yeah, the new one in IK one is line up and wait, and position hold was the FAA before the recent changes. Because it's honestly better, it's easier to tell position and hold from line up and wait. I mean hold short from line up and wait. Whoa, that was some hard reload. This is interesting. I'm gonna refresh the weather in active sky because it looks a little weird. I'd say the weather reloads are better now, but not as perfect as they were. Okay. I mean, not as perfect as I hoped for. Well, at least we are making progress here. Des Moines seem to be to the left of us, to the right of us, sorry. I don't have a lot of auto scenery yet. I use it for the most important areas, like for the scenic areas and such. So I'm actually not an author girl. It's really bothersome to make them, and I mean the result is amazing, but to basically do it for the whole territory of the United States, for example, maybe for someone it is, but for me it's just not worth it. Just takes too long and too much of work. Yeah, исполнительный и взлет разрешаю. This is usually just is исполнительный и взлет разрешаю is generally just cleared for takeoff. Исполнительный разрешаю взлет по команде is line up and wait. Предварительно разрешаю hold short. Top of descent. Our top of descent is in 15 minutes, so let's review our landing procedures. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you real quick. What's it gonna be? So, according to the satellite photos, the delta gates are somewhere from G1 to G22. So we are gonna be using runway 12 right for the landing, and our star is gonna be, let's see, arrival. Our star is gonna be Nidza 3 with a transition from rock. Okay, sorry for this short reload. I kinda not expect that. Nidza 3. Yeah, I'd say this. I'd say Navigraph charts is definitely worth it. I mean, you can get only the Iraq subscription. It would be more than enough for just keeping your sim up to date. But yeah, Navigraph charts are great. Actually, this is what sold me the Navigraph charts. Boom. Night mode. In a low lighting environment, this actually literally saves your eyes. Okay, this is gonna be a rock, then expect 10,000 and Anna, then okay, this is actually weird. Runway 35. Oh, wait, landing runway 12 right, then on track 027 to Elko. From Del, how do you read this? GDNI dollar to track to GDNI. Okay. To GDNI, expect 10,000 and Savage. Then 8,000 and a Greek. Okay, this looks good. And we're gonna take, what first we're gonna take? 12 right, correct? Waypoint is gonna be Dolly. Greek. I think we will try to fly an Arnav approach, since it's gonna be quite a good weather. It's supposed to be weather condition 10,000 miles, few overcast 1,000. Yeah. Yeah. Dear passengers, We are diverting to Minsk airport with possible refuel stops at New York Kennedy and somewhere in Ireland, because well, there is an ATC here. No, this is not actually how it works for us. I'm gonna do our nav approach. Greek, Titan, Eden. Maybe from Greek. To Delhi. It's interesting. What's the difference between those? Same minimums. Lamps. 130,000. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll take our nav Yankee to runway 1 to right. This is our top of descent. Whoa. That was unexpected. Lex. Departure arrival. KSMP arrival rocker. Nav 1 to right Yankee. With transition at wait, not Des Moines, Minneapolis, with transition at Greek, Lex, Daher. It's interesting. Similar need what? Why does it send me immediately to Greek? It shouldn't do that. Midzer 3 transition rock Arnav Yankee and position Greek TZ okay Midzer Warsaw on Dar then immediately Greek for some reason. Okay, erase. What's happening? Whoa! That's some high altitude rain. Neither rocker, virtual legs. Res. Dollar. Then arrival to air nav. One to right Romeo. Legs. Color. Zesty. Immediately to Zesty. Why? Gosh. This is weird. Okay, Greek. Legs. So dollar Greek. And GDNI. GDNI. Dollar. GDNI. Then Elko. Then then Savage. After Elko, Savage. Then Greek. And at Greek is gonna be actually at Elko it's gonna be 250. Come on, 250. Then be 250, and at Savage this is gonna be 10,000. And Greek is gonna be okay. I think we are going below our VNAV profile, so okay, descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude set. Anti-ice. Actually, we're gonna need this. Enabled. Altitude 10,000. Oh my goodness. Okay. Interestingly, we're still above our enough profile. I mean, below, so it should be good. Yeah, Metronic, at least, I know a few ARTCs that have their own Discord servers, and yeah, this is quite useful, especially for the pilots who are flying in. Anyway, this is gonna be out of enough performance. And check and set. Init ref is gonna be 30, flaps 30, and let's read our descent checklist. Pressurization, landing altitude set, recall checked, auto brake 2, landing data, VREF 148, and minimums are gonna be 350. Precision height 300 and actually 49. What's going on? Why we don't descend? This is not a bad idea, but I think we need to discuss the details later. But this actually sounds really interesting. Why did... This is actually interesting. It's 100 above, drag required. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, descent checklist complete. Data set. Dear passengers, we are getting ready for our approach to St. Paul International to Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Please fasten your seatbelts and return to your seats and store your tray tables and put your seats in a most vertical position. And flight attendants, please prepare for the approach. Yeah, yeah. This is what it does. I mean, it's not as bad as it was, but it still happens. Zero. Okay, we are finally approach. Let's see if we have the ATC. Nope, no ATC for us. Let's get our weather.
Kilo, Mike, Sierra, Papa, airport information, Oscar 2053, Zulu, weather, wind 160 at 10, visibility 10, sky condition, few clouds at 1,400, temperature -9, dew point -13, altimeter 3008, advise on initial contact, you have information, Oscar
3008.
Kilo, Mike.
8. Okay, that was a bug. Let's see. I'm gonna check the stream health. Oh, yeah, I see some kind of drops in the bitrate, but right now it seems to be back to stable. Yeah, sorry about that. Not sure what was it. This is Active Sky XP bulletin 80s. On 122.0 is your current position. Is your current position near station. At 122.025 is your destination airport 80s. If you entered the flight plan in ASXP, and at 122.05 is the abbreviated weather briefing for your flight. Really useful. Progress. 83 miles. Let's announce our intentions. Traffic. miles out, inbound for one to right, miles to south, one to right. Okay, it's under pressure. I think because it doesn't have it IRL, and IRL they don't have it because they are poor, or for some other reason. I don't know. Right. Okay, approach checklist. Altimeters set. Course checked. Awesome. Well, I'm not sure what kind of nuisance is squawk for the controllers, but for the pilot I wouldn't say that there's any problem with just setting the squawk code. Okay, 13,000. Let's check out our... Oh. Sorry. Oh, found the problem, Metternich. Well, basically that's some technical streaming details, but explain every time I was changing the focused app, the focus window, it was reloading the video stream. So, yeah, sorry about that. I fixed it now. You mean the moment it goes black for like 2 or 3 seconds, right? Yeah, I just fixed it. I'm not sure why the radar shows nothing. Not that there's anything we need right now. Minneapolis 115.3.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Let's set 1,000. On 3.5. Wait, 115.3. Sorry. 115.3. Okay, here it is. Quick waypoint. KMSP traffic. Down, wind, one way. Way 1 to right. KMSP. One to 2.8. Why I already entered this because you announce your intentions, because on the setup frequencies you announce your intentions, not your not your current actions or your because if you will announce them after you perform them, they already might catch someone off guard and cause a dangerous situation. Okay, minimum self altitude 35,000. I'd say VNAV greatly improved in the current Zibo version. I'm actually gonna go with the speed of intervention here. And we are already on approach. Okay. Flaps 1. Decrease speed. Yeah, it's still weird with the VNAV. Okay. Set. Okay, belts on. Everything is correct. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Okay. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. 170. It's gonna be slow maneuver speed. Base. Runway 12. Okay, turn in base and flaps 10. Okay, what's our... Okay, 103,000. Okay, 3,000 is our climb to... Is is our missed approach climb. Right turn. Direct to FGT 115.7. 115.7. 5.7. This is our missed approach fix. 50. Oops. Mm-hmm.
1,000 to go.
Final. Okay, here is our vertical guidance.
To go.
Mm-hmm. When our vertical guidance, our glide slope guidance comes alive, we are gonna set flaps 30 and extend our landing gear. And set our ref 153. Our approach speed 153. See. 3,500. Actually, I think I can see the number already, so whites for now. This is weird. Okay, not sure why it doesn't. Huh. Okay, if you say so. YM53 on a 530 gear down. This is interesting.
2,500.
This is going not as, definitely not as expected. Okay.
1,000 to go.
Okay, flaps.
Thousand to go.
No, 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 no. And we're heading. And that level change. This is why I really don't like VNAV approaches. Well, honestly, with the default Garmin G1000 in Explain, I was able to do some RNAV approaches. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just do visual. Let's just do this old school. Okay. Let's see here. After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. Auto. Engine bleeds on. Packs auto. And gear up and off. Flaps up, no lights. Good. Oh my goodness. What's our final approach course? 1 to 1. Oh my. Yep, that's 20 degrees bank, people. KMSP. Yes. KMSP. Yep, we are gonna do $180, $120. Mm-hmm. 301. We gonna do a basic visual approach into and Paul. Partially because the weather allows it. Approach checklist. Okay. Let's climb to the minimum safe altitude.
1,000 to go.
Level change. Wow, that was fast. Anti-ice and de-ice is on. KMSP. Let's turn our base here. 301, 3. One. This is gonna be okay. I think 170 is our speed here. Okay. Weirdly, active sky still works. Who thought? Okay. Two. 5. Heading 121. Final runway 3. Okay. $3,000 level change. Where's the horn cut out? Okay. And that is it up for a little. Okay. What? Why is it doing that? Okay. Extend the landing gear. Set VREF and 153 and ups 25, 30. Yeah, it was a gear down horn, but it wasn't time to extend it yet, so well. It was actually weird. And autopilot off. And let's just do your typical visual into simple. Okay, before landing checklist. Just switch conveyor, recall checked, speed brake armed, gear down, greens, flaps 30, landing lights on. We are a bit below, but hey. Okay, we are back where we should be. On 53. Looking good.
500. Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Landing.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse is green. Reverse power set. Reverse is closed. Manual braking. That wasn't a bad landing. Yeah, and it's actually freeware. It's a great scenery and it's even freeware. Brake on. KMSP traffic. 1 to right vacated. Taxiing to the gate. KMSP. Okay, landing lights on, landing lights off, position lights steady only, anti-ice off, probe heat off, start the APU, anything else. Weather radar off, parking brakes off, flaps up, spoilers up. We are parking somewhere around here. Yep. Honestly looks amazing. And here is some other photos. Let's just taxi to Golf 11. Okay. KMSP. Perfect. KSAT. Okay. Taxi light is on. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. Takes away Alpha. Let's just cut across here. Golf 8, Golf 9er. Golf 8, Golf 9er. And Golf 11. Here's the Marshall guy. Gonna guide us in. I think so. Okay. Okay. Come on. What the hell? Parking brakes on. Connect to APU. Bleed and shut down the engines. I think this is I'm honestly not sure. I know a couple those that allow this guidance. It's auto gate and it's actually, let's see. What can I mean? Information. Disconnect the traffic level long is more covered up. Gate. Yeah. Round traffic just a minute. I think it's AutoGate because AutoGate supports the guidance systems, not just the Marshall but also the electronic ones. Okay, dear passengers, we have arrived at our destination airport. Thanks for flying with us. You can now unfasten your seatbelts, and thank you for choosing data. Hope to see you again soon. Okay, disable the timer. Open the doors. Why is that? Oh, maybe more pumps. Yeah, thanks, Metronic. And thanks to everyone who was with me for this flight. Honestly, I'm doing this not as much for myself, but for you. So, chocks, connect GPU, home, source. Why is this locked? Okay, ground power on, CPU off, fuel pumps off. Oh, I think we are not depressurized. I think we are pressurized. That's our problem. Manual. Auto. Jumper off. This off. Fuel pumps off. Must be anti-collision light. Correctors off. I guess it was anti-collision light. Left service door. Let's see our landing rate. Oh, 395. I'll take that. Okay, so thanks to everyone who was with me for this flight. As you might have seen, the active sky, well, explain 1131 and Zibo work almost perfectly fine, but active sky works perfectly fine until it doesn't. It crashed, I think, at least 2 times during the flight. So if you want stable flying, I would not recommend to update to the beta. Otherwise, it's really great, and the improvements are really noticeable. Okay, thanks to everyone for being with me for this flight, and I hope to see you again.